take a deep breath and focus on this moment. Right now, you have the power to change your life in just 1 hour. Yes, 1 hour. What I'm about to share is simple, but incredibly powerful. If you commit fully, your mindset, your energy, and your entire reality can shift today. This isn't magic, it's alignment. Your thoughts, emotions, and beliefs are creating your life, and in the next 60 minutes, you can consciously direct them toward the life you truly desire. Every moment of your life, your mind is creating. Whether you realize it or not, your thoughts are not just fleeting ideas. They are powerful forces shaping your reality. They determine the experiences you attract, the people you meet, the opportunities that appear, and even the challenges you face. It all begins within you. When you think in patterns of fear, doubt, or lack, you draw situations that mirror those feelings. When you think in patterns of love, abundance, and possibility, the universe responds with experiences that match. It is that simple, yet that profound. Too often we underestimate the power of our thoughts. We complain about our circumstances, wishing that someone else could change them, blaming situations or people for what is happening in our lives. Yet the truth is, the root of every experience is inside you. Your outer world is simply a reflection of your inner beliefs. Every event, every interaction, every success, and every challenge is showing you what your mind is holding as true. If your thoughts are negative or limiting, the world mirrors that back to you. And if your thoughts are expansive and loving, the world opens in alignment with your desires. You may wonder, how can my thoughts be so powerful? The answer is in the vibration they carry. Thoughts are energy, and energy attracts energy of the same frequency. When you think about scarcity, worry, or fear, you send out a vibration of lack. This vibration draws situations and people that reinforce those feelings. When you think about abundance, love, and joy, you send out a vibration that attracts experiences that reflect that energy. This is not about wishful thinking. This is about alignment. Your reality is shaped by what you hold consistently in your mind. It is essential to understand that you are not powerless. You are not at the mercy of the world around you. You are the creator of your own life. Every thought you entertain is a seed planted in the fertile soil of your subconscious mind. If you repeatedly think, "I am not enough," that seed grows into experiences that reinforce that belief. If you repeatedly think, "I am capable, deserving, and abundant," that seed blossoms into opportunities and circumstances that reflect that truth. Your mind is a garden, and your thoughts are the seeds. You have the power to choose which seeds you nourish and which seeds you allow to wither. The first step to consciously creating your reality is awareness. Begin noticing the patterns of thought that run through your mind. Are you focusing on lack, fear, or failure? Are you worrying about what might go wrong or criticizing yourself for what hasn't happened yet? Awareness allows you to catch these thoughts before they shape your experience. Once you are aware, you can choose a different direction, a new thought that aligns with your highest good. The second step is repetition and reinforcement. The mind responds to patterns. If you consistently repeat thoughts of empowerment, gratitude, and love, these patterns become your default mode. Affirmations are one way to do this. Statements such as, "I am worthy of love and abundance," "I am capable of achieving my dreams," and "I attract positive experiences effortlessly," are not just words. They are vibrations sent into the universe that begin to shift your reality. Repeat them with feeling, with conviction, and watch as your outer world responds. The third step is feeling your thoughts as real. Thoughts alone are powerful, but when they are combined with emotion, they become irresistible magnets. Imagine and feel your success, your joy, and your abundance as if it is happening right now. Let the excitement, the gratitude, and the certainty fill your body. When you feel first, the results follow naturally. The universe does not argue with your imagination. It responds to the energy you emit. Finally, understand that setbacks are simply reminders to realign your thoughts. When something does not go as planned, it is not punishment. It is feedback. It is an invitation to examine the thoughts you are holding and to adjust them to a higher frequency. Choose thoughts that empower you, that lift you, and that expand your sense of possibility. Your thoughts create your reality. Every belief, every word, every feeling, and every image in your mind contributes to the world you experience. Begin today, now, to consciously choose your thoughts. Feed your mind with love, gratitude, and possibility. Refuse to entertain doubt, worry, or fear. Plant seeds of hope, abundance, and joy, and nurture them daily. You are the creator of your life, and your thoughts are the blueprint. Align them with what you truly desire, and watch as your world transforms in miraculous ways. Life often teaches us that we must wait for results before we allow ourselves to feel happy, confident, or fulfilled. We are conditioned to think that achievement comes first and then emotion follows. Yet, the secret to manifestation and true transformation lies in reversing this order. Feel first, and the results will naturally follow. This principle is simple but incredibly powerful. It is the foundation of creating a life filled with joy, abundance, and fulfillment. When you feel a certain way, you are sending a signal to the universe. Feelings are energy, and energy attracts energy of the same frequency. If you cultivate feelings of gratitude, love, and excitement before you see tangible outcomes, you are aligning yourself with the reality you desire. Your emotions act as magnets, drawing experiences, people, and opportunities that match the vibration you emit. The moment you feel the outcome, as if it has already arrived, your entire reality begins to shift. Consider for a moment the power of imagination. When a child plays, they imagine their dreams as real. They do not say, "I will feel brave once I succeed." They feel brave in their play, and the world bends to their imagination. As adults, we must reclaim this ability. Imagine your ideal life not as something far in the future, but as if it is happening now. See yourself living your dreams, feeling the joy in your heart, the peace in your mind, and the excitement in your body. The universe does not argue with the energy of your feelings, it responds to it. Many people make the mistake of chasing external proof. They wait for a promotion, a relationship, or financial gain before allowing themselves to feel deserving or successful. But waiting creates resistance. It tells the universe that you are incomplete, that you cannot experience fulfillment until conditions are met. Instead, experience the emotion first. Feel successful, loved, abundant, and joyful now. Let that feeling radiate through every cell of your being. When you do this consistently, the universe matches that energy with circumstances that reflect it. Feeling first also transforms your perception of challenges. When setbacks appear, they no longer derail you. Instead of reacting with frustration or doubt, you maintain the feeling of alignment with your desires. You understand that your inner state is independent of outer circumstances. The results will follow because your energy has already been set to attract them. You are no longer dependent on external proof. Your power comes from within. To practice this principle, start by identifying what you truly want in life. It could be abundance, love, health, or peace. Close your eyes and imagine the outcome vividly. Feel the emotions you would feel if it were already yours. Allow gratitude to fill your heart, joy to light your mind, and excitement to energize your body. Stay in that feeling as long as possible. Repeat this exercise daily and notice how your outer world begins to align with your inner state. Affirmations can be a powerful tool in this process, but the key is not just repeating words, you must feel them. When you say, "I am abundant," or "I am deeply loved," allow yourself to truly experience that abundance and love as if it already surrounds you. When you feel the truth behind the words, your subconscious mind accepts it as reality. You are no longer asking, you are receiving. This is the essence of feeling first and letting results follow. Another important aspect is letting go of control. Many people try to force results, thinking that hard work alone will bring fulfillment. While effort is important, trying to manipulate outcomes often creates tension and resistance. Instead, focus on cultivating the feeling of having already achieved your goals. Trust that the universe will arrange the circumstances to match your vibration. Your role is to feel, imagine, and align. Results naturally flow from this state. Remember, this is not wishful thinking. This is conscious creation. When you feel first, you are setting the blueprint for your life. Your emotions become the compass guiding you toward experiences, opportunities, and people that are in perfect harmony with your desires. As you practice this principle consistently, you will notice a profound transformation in how quickly and effortlessly your desires manifest. Ultimately, feeling first empowers you to live from a state of joy and abundance in the present moment. You no longer postpone happiness until conditions are met. You discover that your inner state is more powerful than any external circumstance. Results follow naturally because you are aligned with the energy of your desires. You become magnetic, attracting all that you need simply by embodying the feeling of already having it. So today, decide to feel first. Close your eyes, imagine your desires, and let the emotions fill you completely. Feel success, love, joy, and abundance as if they are here now. Trust in the power of your inner state and watch as the universe responds. The results are inevitable when you live in the feeling before the evidence. Your life can change in ways more miraculous than you ever imagined, simply because you chose to feel first and allow the results to follow. Happiness is not something you must earn, and it is not something that depends on circumstances, achievements, or other people. Too often, we wait for the right time, the perfect situation, or the ideal person to arrive before allowing ourselves to experience joy. Yet the truth is, happiness is not something to chase, it is something to claim. And it begins with one simple but profound choice: giving yourself permission to be happy. Many of us have been conditioned to believe that happiness must be postponed, that it must come after sacrifice, or that we are only allowed to feel good once we have accomplished certain goals. These beliefs create a pattern of waiting, delaying, and denying ourselves the joy that is our birthright. But the moment you decide that you are worthy of happiness right now, everything shifts. You do not need permission from anyone else. Your approval is enough. The universe responds to the energy you choose to carry. And when you choose joy, you align yourself with all that is abundant, loving, and fulfilling. Giving yourself permission to be happy starts with awareness. Begin noticing how often you deny yourself pleasure or criticize yourself for feeling good. How often do you tell yourself, "I don't deserve this," or "I can't enjoy this because of what might happen"? These thoughts block the natural flow of happiness in your life. Awareness is the first step toward freedom. When you recognize these self-limiting beliefs, you can consciously replace them with affirmations of love, acceptance, and permission. The next step is affirmation and declaration. Speak to yourself kindly and firmly. Tell yourself, I give myself permission to be happy. I deserve joy, love, and peace in every moment. I allow happiness to flow freely into my life. Repeat these words daily with feeling until they no longer feel like mere statements and instead become the truth that your subconscious mind accepts. Affirmations are not just words, they are seeds that grow into reality when nurtured with belief and emotion. Another essential step is letting go of guilt and obligation. Many people feel undeserving of happiness because of past mistakes, obligations to others, or feelings of inadequacy. But happiness is not a reward, it is your natural state. Release the idea that you must earn it or justify it. Allow yourself to smile, laugh, and celebrate life simply because you exist. When you forgive yourself for the past and release the weight of obligation, you open space for joy to flow freely. Giving yourself permission also means taking conscious actions that support your well-being. Surround yourself with people, environments, and activities that lift your spirit. Choose experiences that make your heart sing. Engage in practices that nourish your mind, body, and soul. Whether it is meditation, exercise, creative expression, or simply spending time in nature, these actions reinforce your commitment to happiness. You are signaling to yourself and the universe that you are ready to receive joy, not as a distant dream, but as your present reality. An important part of this practice is embracing the present moment. Too often, we postpone happiness to the future, believing it will arrive when everything is perfect. Yet life unfolds in the now. When you give yourself permission to be happy in this moment, you discover that joy is not a destination, it is a state of being. Choose to appreciate the simple pleasures, the warmth of sunlight, the sound of laughter, the beauty of a quiet moment. By consciously noticing and savoring these experiences, you cultivate a life rich with happiness. Finally, understand that giving yourself permission to be happy is a radical act of self-love and empowerment. It is a declaration that your joy matters, that your well-being is sacred, and that you are worthy of experiencing life fully. It is a practice that ripples outward, affecting every area of your life. When you choose happiness, your energy shifts, you attract loving relationships, abundant opportunities, and experiences that reflect the joy you are embracing. The universe mirrors back the energy you radiate, and happiness becomes not just a feeling, but a lifestyle. Happiness is not dependent on anyone or anything outside of you. It begins with a conscious decision, a daily practice, and the courage to say, I deserve joy. I am worthy of love and abundance. I choose happiness now. When you give yourself this permission, you step into your power, and life opens to you in ways that are joyful, abundant, and extraordinary. So today, make the choice. Allow yourself to feel light, free, and fully alive. Celebrate your existence, cherish your moments, and know that happiness is your natural state. Give yourself permission to be happy, and watch as your world transforms into a reflection of the joy you have claimed. One of the most empowering decisions you can make in your life is to take full responsibility for everything you experience. This is not about blaming yourself for what has happened or carrying unnecessary guilt. It is about recognizing that you are the creator of your own reality, that your thoughts, choices, and beliefs shape your life, and that by claiming this power, you can consciously design the life you desire. Taking full responsibility is a bold declaration that you will no longer wait for circumstances, people, or luck to determine your happiness or success. Many people live as if they are victims of life. They blame others for their struggles, complain about circumstances, and wait for external forces to fix their problems. Yet, the moment you step into the awareness that your life is a reflection of your inner state, everything changes. Every experience, whether joyful or challenging, carries a message. It shows you the patterns of thought, belief, and expectation that are active within you. When you take responsibility, you move from a place of powerlessness to a place of authority over your own life. Taking full responsibility begins with self-awareness. Notice your reactions, your patterns, and the recurring experiences in your life. Ask yourself, what beliefs am I holding that might be creating this situation? How have my thoughts or choices contributed to what I see around me? Awareness allows you to stop blaming external forces and start examining the inner causes. It is not about judgment, it is about clarity. When you see clearly how your mind has shaped your experiences, you gain the power to change them. The next step is ownership of your emotions. Your feelings are your responsibility. While circumstances can influence how you feel, you always have the power to choose your response. You can choose love instead of anger, gratitude instead of resentment, hope instead of fear. When you take responsibility for your emotions, you are no longer at the mercy of life's events. You understand that true freedom lies in mastering your inner world, not controlling the outside world. Another essential aspect is decision making and action. Taking responsibility means acknowledging that you have choices at every moment. You may not be able to control everything that happens to you, but you can control how you respond. You can choose actions that align with your highest good rather than react from fear or habit. Every decision, no matter how small, contributes to the reality you are creating. When you consciously choose your thoughts, words, and actions, you take control of your life's direction. Forgiveness also plays a critical role in taking responsibility. Often, we hold on to blame toward others or ourselves, believing it is justified. But forgiveness is not about condoning the past. It is about freeing yourself from its grip. By forgiving yourself and others, you release the energy of resentment and open space for growth, peace, and empowerment. Taking responsibility includes acknowledging past experiences and learning from them. But it does not mean carrying the burden indefinitely. Taking responsibility is also about aligning with your desires and vision. When you take full ownership of your life, you stop waiting for external validation or permission to pursue your dreams. You recognize that your potential is limitless, that the power to create joy, abundance, and success lies within you. Every step you take becomes intentional. Every thought you choose aligns with the life you wish to experience. You no longer wait for opportunities to come. You create them through focused energy, belief, and inspired action. Finally, taking full responsibility requires trust in yourself and the universe. You trust that you have the inner resources to handle whatever life presents. You trust that by aligning your thoughts, feelings, and actions with your highest good, the universe will support you in achieving your desires. Responsibility is not heavy, it is liberating. It allows you to step out of fear, blame, and dependence and into empowerment, freedom, and creative authority over your life. When you take full responsibility, you no longer feel like a passenger in your own life. You become the driver, the architect, and the visionary of your reality. Challenges become lessons, setbacks become opportunities, and life becomes a canvas on which you can paint your dreams. You understand that external events do not define you. Your beliefs, choices, and responses define you. So today, choose empowerment. Choose to step fully into your role as the creator of your life. Claim the power that has always been within you. Take full responsibility for your thoughts, emotions, actions, and decisions. Know that by doing so, you are opening the door to limitless possibilities, joy, and fulfillment. You are no longer waiting for someone or something to change your life. You are creating it consciously with clarity, courage, and love. One of the most powerful keys to living a life of ease, abundance, and fulfillment is learning to release resistance and trust the process. Resistance is the tension, the doubt, and the inner struggle that occurs when we try to force life to conform to our timeline, our expectations, or our limited understanding. It shows up as worry, frustration, impatience, or control. And yet resistance is unnecessary. It blocks the natural flow of energy, prevents the manifestation of desires, and keeps us stuck in cycles of struggle. When we release resistance and surrender to the process, we align ourselves with the natural intelligence of life, allowing miracles to unfold effortlessly. Resistance often comes from fear. Fear of failure, fear of uncertainty, fear of not having enough. These feelings create tension in our minds and bodies. We resist what is, wishing it were different, and in doing so, we resist the opportunities and lessons that life is presenting. But every circumstance, even the uncomfortable or challenging ones, contains a hidden gift. Resistance keeps us from seeing the gift because our focus is on what is wrong rather than what is possible. The moment we release resistance, we open ourselves to the flow of life and to the unseen blessings waiting for us. Releasing resistance begins with acceptance. Accept the present moment exactly as it is. Do not argue with reality or try to control it. Instead, say to yourself, I see this situation. I accept it. I release my need to control how it unfolds. Acceptance does not mean resignation or passivity. It means aligning with the truth of what is. When you stop fighting life, energy is freed and new solutions, opportunities, and insights naturally emerge. Trust is the next essential step. Trust is not blind faith. It is confidence in the intelligence of the universe and in your own inner guidance. Trust that everything is unfolding in perfect timing. Trust that what you desire is already on its way to you, even if you cannot yet see the evidence. When you trust the process, you release the need to manipulate or force outcomes. You step into a state of openness and allowance, knowing that the universe responds to your alignment, not your struggle. Another important element is patience. Life has its own rhythm, and your desires manifest according to a timing that is often beyond your immediate perception. Impatience creates friction and blocks energy, while patience allows life to unfold naturally. Imagine a seed planted in fertile soil. You do not rush it to grow or demand that it bloom overnight. You water it, nourish it, and give it sunlight. You trust that in time, it will flourish. The same principle applies to your goals and desires. Trust the process and allow the universe to nurture your dreams in perfect timing. Releasing resistance also means letting go of attachment to outcomes. Often, we believe we must achieve something in a specific way for it to count. But the universe may have a better plan, a higher way, or a more perfect path that we cannot yet see. When we insist on controlling the details, we create tension and block the flow of abundance. Let go of rigid expectations. Focus on feeling aligned, joyful, and inspired in the present, knowing that the outcome will unfold in alignment with your highest good. A practical way to release resistance is through self-awareness and inner dialogue. Notice when you feel tense, frustrated, or doubtful. These feelings are signals that resistance is present. Pause and ask yourself, am I resisting what is? Am I trying to force the outcome? Can I release this need to control and trust instead? Replace inner arguments with affirmations of surrender and trust. I release all resistance. I trust the process. Life unfolds perfectly for me. Repeat these statements consistently, and you will feel a deep sense of peace replacing struggle. Finally, remember that releasing resistance and trusting the process is a daily practice, not a one-time event. Life will continue to present opportunities to practice surrender, patience, and trust. The more you cultivate this habit, the more effortless your life becomes. You will notice that when you stop struggling and resisting, doors open, synchronicities appear, and what once seemed impossible flows naturally into your experience. Trusting the process does not mean inaction. It means aligned action. Taking steps inspired by your intuition, motivated by love, and free from fear. It means doing what feels right in the present moment while trusting that the universe is taking care of the rest. When you combine conscious action with surrender, you create a powerful momentum that carries you toward your desires with ease and grace. Release resistance. Trust the process. Accept what is. Align with your desires. Take inspired action. And watch as life unfolds in ways far more magnificent than you could have imagined. When you let go of struggle and embrace trust, you step into a life of effortless flow, abundant blessings, and true joy. The way you speak to yourself is one of the most important influences on your life. Every word you say internally has power. Your inner dialogue shapes your beliefs, your emotions, your decisions, and ultimately your reality. If you constantly criticize yourself, doubt your worth, or focus on what you perceive as your shortcomings, you reinforce negative patterns that hold you back from joy, success, and fulfillment. But when you speak kindly to yourself, when you replace self-criticism with love, encouragement, and affirmation, you open the door to transformation, healing, and abundance. Many people are unaware of how harsh they are on themselves. From the moment we wake up, our thoughts often drift toward judgment and comparison. We tell ourselves we are not enough, not smart enough, not attractive enough, or not deserving of success and love. These words may feel like small, passing thoughts, but they have enormous power. Each negative statement you repeat trains your subconscious mind to accept limitation and fear as truth. And since your subconscious mind governs more of your behavior than your conscious mind does, these thoughts create patterns that manifest in your external reality. Speaking kindly to yourself begins with awareness. Notice the tone of your inner dialogue. What are you saying to yourself on a regular basis? Are your thoughts uplifting, or are they critical and discouraging? Awareness alone does not change your reality, but it is the first essential step. You cannot redirect your thoughts if you are not conscious of the path they are currently traveling. Once you notice your patterns, you gain the ability to shift them consciously. The next step is intentional self-talk. Begin to replace negative statements with positive, supportive, and loving ones. Instead of saying, I am not good enough, say, I am worthy, capable, and deserving of love and success. Instead of saying, I always fail, say, I learn and grow from every experience, and I am improving every day. When you repeat these statements with feeling, they begin to reprogram your subconscious mind, gradually replacing limiting beliefs with empowering truths. Affirmations are powerful tools, but their effectiveness depends on consistency and emotion. You must truly feel the words as you say them, allowing them to resonate deeply within your heart. Speaking kindly to yourself also means offering forgiveness. Too often, we carry guilt, regret, and self-blame for past actions or mistakes. These negative feelings reinforce critical inner dialogue and keep us trapped in cycles of self-judgment. Forgiveness is the key to release. Forgive yourself for past choices, acknowledging that you acted with the knowledge and understanding you had at the time. By letting go of guilt, you free your energy for creativity, growth, and joy. Forgiveness is not only an act of love for yourself, it is an act of empowerment that opens the door to a brighter future. Another essential aspect is cultivating gratitude for yourself. Appreciate your efforts, your progress, and your strengths, no matter how small. Notice the things you do well and acknowledge your courage, resilience, and determination. Gratitude shifts your focus from what is lacking to what is abundant within you. When you speak words of appreciation to yourself daily, you strengthen the belief that you are inherently worthy of love, success, and happiness. Self-kindness also extends to gentleness in moments of struggle. Life will inevitably present challenges, mistakes, or setbacks, but your response to these events matters more than the events themselves. When you stumble, speak to yourself as you would to a loved one. Say, "It's okay. I am learning. I am growing. I am capable of moving forward." Compassionate self-talk reduces stress, heals emotional wounds, and allows you to navigate life with greater clarity and strength. Finally, speaking kindly to yourself creates a ripple effect in your life. The energy you cultivate internally radiates outward, affecting your relationships, career, and opportunities. When you treat yourself with love and respect, you attract people and circumstances that reflect that energy back to you. Conversely, harsh self-talk creates tension, fear, and doubt, which manifest externally as challenges, conflicts, or missed opportunities. By speaking kindly to yourself, you align your inner and outer worlds in harmony, creating a life of peace, fulfillment, and abundance. Remember, self-kindness is not selfish, it is necessary. You cannot give what you do not have, and the love, patience, and encouragement you cultivate within yourself spill over into every aspect of your life. Each day, choose to speak words that uplift, empower, and inspire you. Replace criticism with encouragement, doubt with faith, and fear with love. Your words have the power to shape not just your day, but your entire life. Speak kindly to yourself. Nourish your mind with love. Treat your heart with respect. Affirm your worth, your abilities, and your potential. As you do, you will notice a profound transformation, confidence replacing fear, peace replacing doubt, and abundance replacing limitation. Every kind word you speak to yourself is a seed planted in your subconscious mind, and with patience, repetition, and belief, these seeds blossom into a life filled with joy, success, and limitless possibilities.